All right, thank you, Frankie. We're going to be talking about this all morning long.
I'm having trouble focusing.
He's still on vacation mode. This is what
vacation.
you're going to want to do. Focus
Yeah,
behind the wheel.
especially if you're getting behind the wheel. That's the big thing right now, of course. Toronto police have kicked off their annual blitz targeting distracted drivers. And the crackdown is going until Sunday. Officers are going to be out on foot, bike, cars, cop cars, unmarked vehicles. But the best part is they're even going to be on buses and streetcars peering out the windows looking
Better
for people.
vantage point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So distracted driving, of course, isn't just texting. It's checking maps, eating, putting your makeup on, having a dog in your front seat, having people with you who are too loud and distracting you could lead to a distracted driving charge. And, of course, it's a $1,000 fine plus a license suspension, 3 demerit points. And also,
here's the thing. It is also a big problem in our city is clogging up those routes during rush hour. So it's called the Rush Hour Route Campaign.
yeah, so don't pull over to text. It's great. Pull over to text, but not during rush hour.
In a proper area, designated area, right? So if you block and congest those busy rush hour routes, you're going to be caught by police. They're going to be out and about. This is going to be for some time, not just this week. This campaign goes on for a few weeks.
It would be nice if you could write tickets, like if you could take photos or video of cars parked illegally and then send it in with a timestamp.
I'm sure you can send it in.
They've talked about it,
yeah.
but it's really hard to get convictions and things on like that. But it would probably clear it up if you knew somebody else in another car was watching you, right?
But then how are you taking that picture?
Well,
are you
you're
distracted?
walking by.
Oh, walking by.
Passengers. There's other ways. There's ways to get around it. This is neat. A good Samaritan coming to the rescue after a pickup truck caught fire in a 2-vehicle crash in the West End. And we only know him as Matthew. He reportedly grabbed a fire extinguisher and put out a fire after the engine of the pickup burst into flames. Happened in Jane and Weston Road at about 2 this morning. 3 people ended up in hospital, but their injuries are not believed to be serious. Police still looking at the collision, trying to figure out what happened there.
And do you know who this Matthew is? Let us know. Because they left.
Yeah.
They left.
So Canadian, isn't it?
Very, very helpful and then gone.
I gotta go.
Okay, something we're just keeping an eye on right now. This is coming in from the TTC. If you ride Line 1, you're going to want to leave extra time during this morning's rush. We're seeing some delays on the University side of Line 1, southbound from St. Clair West to King Station. There's a restricted speed zone near King Station, so that's going to be a slower route,
yeah, it's
for sure.
Build through the morning. A little patience on this Monday. And we're talking about more violence on the streets of Toronto. A man is in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries after being shot late yesterday afternoon. Police got the call about 4:30 to a laneway behind a building on Church near Colborne. They found the victim there. He was immediately rushed to hospital. Police found no evidence of a shooting at the scene, so they believe they are working with possibly 2 scenes. No word yet on any suspects.
And police are looking for your help in finding this man, wanted in a brazen daylight shooting. It happened last weekend in the Beaches. 23-year-old John Okoro of Toronto, wanted for attempted murder, unauthorized possession of a firearm, and 7 other charges in connection with a double shooting. Police suspect Okoro was one of 4 men that got out of a Mercedes, opened fire on another vehicle. Officers, they were able to arrest 2 men. Okoro, considered armed and dangerous, so do not approach him. Call 911 immediately.
Well, the premier's down at the Detroit Auto Show. It's still one of the biggest auto shows in the world. And he's talking about the impending shutdown of GM in Oshawa later this year. But Doug Ford is not expecting GM to reverse its decision, but rather he's trying to see how the company plans to help the more than 2,500 workers who will soon be without jobs. Ford had said when GM announced the shutdown, the automaker made it abundantly clear the Oshawa lines would be idled for good at year's end. The premier's about to meet with the head of Unifor as well. GM's main union. It's going to talk about what's ahead for the union members. The union rallied across the river from Detroit in Windsor last Friday.